Yo, what is up, guys? Nova here, and today we are reading the spoilers for One Piece chapter 1096. And I've got it here on my trusty iPad. Jeez, the glare. Trusty iPad. Chapter 1096, chapter titled Kumachi. And we've got our cover art being Zoro being frustrated after losing a game of of musical chairs with Chihuahuas. Okay. So, in the first bits of the chapter, we get the parameters of this death game that they call this. Kind of the eradication of a native people by the celestial dragons. We see we get the 13 special rabbits are introduced worth 10,000 points. So I guess it's, I wouldn't say it's similar. Never mind. I was gonna say it was similar to what Doflamingo did, but no. Doflamingo did stars and all that. We get a shot of Garling and some of the other celestial dragon families going to compete. Garling saying, "Watch out closely," or "Watch closely, little kids," and then someone else saying, I'll bring home the trophy to the Maya family." The Maya family. Okay, so we get a named family. How about that? And then so we get, I think in this panel right here, this is Kong talking to Garp. Garp's just chilling. Kong is talking to Garp. He's like, "I need you to go here and look after the celestial dragons. There's pirates coming, bro." And then he's like, "Oh, and Roger's mobilizing." Whole time Garp's like, "Man, no, I don't care. Like, I don't really care about all that. Let Garling and the God's Knights worry about all that." And then he said Roger was there. So he was like, "You should have told me that sooner." Pop right up of his chair and started heading there immediately. We pan over to Hajinosu, Pirate Island, and it's everybody reacting that the Rocks Pirates had already left. So indication, boom, the Rocks Pirates are coming to God Valley. So in the West Blue, we get God Valley, and there is encirclement around the island of God Valley. So we're seeing some of the natives dying from the celestial dragons, and then we pan over to young Ivankov, and this is before Ivankov had the fruit, I think. So I don't know. Do we know Ivankov's original gender? Was Ivankov always a dude? So then we get him talking. We see him talking to some of the other captured people in the games, and basically saying that. Oh, and we see Kuma there too, basically saying that no one else has ever escaped this game. There's been no survivors. Like, we've got to find a way off of this, or we're not gonna survive. Like, they're gonna kill us. Then we see Saint Garling slashing his way through some of the native people, saying someone saying Saint Garling already has 10,000 points. He's targeting the high-valued rabbits. We got transponder snails all over. And then the moment of truth, everybody thinking that Ginny is Luffy's mom. We get some more backstory, so it kind of makes, by the end of the chapter, we kind of get that maybe this is Jewelry Bonnie's mom. Who knows? But she says that the prizes of this tournament will be key to our escape. One of them is the strongest type of devil fruit, which is rumored that if you eat it, you can transform into the mythical Azure Dragon. So it's not the whole carp thing that everybody speculated. The carp swimming up, you start off as a carp, and when you awaken the fruit, you become the Azure Dragon. Nope, you just eat it, and you're the dragon. Well, I guess that was already a given, I guess, now, because Momo didn't turn into a carp or anything. And, or another one, which grants the ability to send others or yourself flying to faraway islands, called the Pawpaw Fruit, which Kuma eats. And the prior one being which Kaido eats. So then We get Ginny saying, I'm a pro at theft, wiretap, and comms. I've already broadcasted this information on the island in the outside world 2 weeks ago. Someone might have already received it. She's too smart to be Luffy's mom already. Come on now. She's too smart already. But we need a decoy, they say. Kuma says, I'll be the decoy. I've got a big body. You know, I could probably take a lot more than a lot of other people. He says, well done, Kuma-san. Well done, Kuma-san. From Ivankov. I don't know how they be doing it. Ivankov has a very distinct voice. And then we get explosions on the water. We get Rox's Jolly Roger with some other ships next to him. And Whitebeard leading. Looks like he's leading the Rox pirates right now. Up in front and center. They're all saying that the Rox pirates are here. Looks like they all have different agendas. Whitebeard saying that fool Rox probably lost sight of the goal. First we need to hurry up and confirm it. And then we get Shiki saying, stop acting like our leader. I'll send everyone flying. So Shiki did not get his fruit from God Valley. I guess that's checked off the list. Lin Big Mom saying, I'll steal it quietly after I'll steal it quietly. After I steal it, I'll make my exit. Keep on dreaming, everybody. And then Kaido is saying, seems like Roger's making a move too. That guy alone. Calm down, youngsters. Stussy saying, today's the deciding battle. We get Captain John saying that. That's the plan, folks. Captain John, I guess he was already a chronic drinker. And then a big revelation that we see is Madame Gloriosa, the former empress of Amazon Lily and the one that's always nagging Boa. Don't fall in love with him, man, blah blah blah. Ends up right back. So who did she fall in love with? Was it Whitebeard? Cause it looks like she's looking at Whitebeard. She's like, ooh, Whitebeard. So who knows? But we got Stussy literally on Whitebeard's shoulder, so. Miss Buckingham. Miss. Okay, I'm tripping. I almost thought Miss Buckingham and Stussy were two different people. Okay, and then we pan down. Okay. We get the Rox pirates are on. The Celestial Dragons are yelling at the Gods Knights, basically saying like, y'all better protect us. And then we see young Roger. Yes, and what does he have? Young Roger is still wearing the straw hat. Young Roger looks fucking menacing. Young Roger looks more menacing than older Roger does. Holy shit. It's the Roger Pirates. It's been okay, so when I first read this, we've got to get some background story behind this because Roger looks like he's looking at Garling or Garp maybe and saying it's been a year. Do you know what that feels like? What is that? It's been a year. Do you know what that feels like? What happened a year before God Valley? 39 years ago. What happened 39 years ago? What the fuck? And then Garp finally shows up. Reinforcements arrive. Vice Admiral Garp. Whoa, we're saved. So Garp pulls up doing his stance as always. Ha 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 ha. Laughing like shit. And then Kuma and Ivankov find the pawpaw fruit and the Azure Dragon fruit we see in the panel. It doesn't say what fruits they are, but we know what Kaido's fruit looks like already. So boom, we get Kaido's fruit. And then, going down the chapter, Big Mom grabs Ivankov by the neck and slams her on the ground. Slams him on the ground, them on the ground, and grabs the Azure Dragon fruit. That's how Kaido gets it. Big Mom grabs them, and slams them and takes the Azure Dragon fruit. Imagine if Ivankov were to eat the dragon fruit. That'd have been crazy. And then she goes for Kuma, but Ivankov yells, "Eat it! Don't think about it, just eat it!" So Kuma eats the fruit, and that's how we know this is the pawpaw fruit. Boom. So he eats it, and then Ivankov yells, "It's our victory!" And then boom, Kuma gets his head not blown up, but like blown away. That would mean he'd lost it. He gets hit in his face really hard by the death stare of Saint Garcia Saturn. Like, this nigga's just pulling up places everywhere. It says, "Child of the Buccaneer tribe, you are only allowed to become a slave and die as one. That has been decided through the course of history." And then Kuma says, "Are you a great person, old man? Being a great person from birth seems strange to me. There's just no point being a slave from the moment you're born. If you have obtained any power right now, even if it's just me alone, I want to save as many pitiful people like them. Just like Nika." That is why everyone will be annihilated, Saint Garcia says, of course. There's all this thing I care about. And then, so we get a flash cut to the future. Sorbet Kingdom in the South Blue. Don't know how they ended up in the South Blue, but I'm guessing because Kuma's powers. But last time we see Kuma, he's literally face to face with Saint Garcia. Like, they're literally like 6 feet away from each other. So we see Kuma, Ivankov, and Jenny. And Kuma's praying because he's sad he couldn't save enough people. But somehow Kuma was able to save 500 people. How? How were you able to get away from Saint Garcia and still save so many people? And yourself? I don't know. But the hand of liberation, they says, for the pawpaw fruit. And then we get Ivankov leaving the island, and then Jenny staying with Kuma, and her saying, "I'm only 4 years old, but I'm going to be your big sister." So anybody that bullies Kuma on the island, because Kuma is a very soft child, he's very caring, loving. Any kid that goes to bully him, Jenny beats up, and then Kuma will heal their wounds. And then that's probably how Kuma became the ruler of this nation, because over the years in the Sorbet Kingdom, he was just healing people, doing these miracles, per se. And we get people like walking behind him, Kumachi. He wanted to do the work of Nika, and he has been. And so that's why he became the ruler of the Sorbet Kingdom. But why did they call him the Tyrant? Kuma the Tyrant. Maybe he was like that to the Marines, so they call him that, because we know the Marines love to blame others for their doings. And then, so we get the last panel of Jenny and Kuma eating. Jenny saying she's still hungry. Kuma's like, "Wow, you have a very big appetite." And then him giving her food, she cries because she says her tummy is full. For the first time, her tummy is full in a while. Or maybe just for the first time. She said, "This is happiness." And that's the end of the chapter. So, let's go back to the top of this motherfucker and do some digging, alright? So, God Valley happened 38 years ago. How long have we been going? 15 minutes? Okay, that's cool. God Valley happened 38 years ago. Alright? It doesn't say, because like all these, let's backtrack a little. I'm getting ahead of myself. So I had a list of all the characters that could have gotten their fruits from God Valley. And after reading the chapter, we haven't gotten all of God Valley and everyone that was there, or all that's happened, all the details of it. But I said that Kuma gets his fruit, Ivankov gets their fruit, Dragon, Kaido, Whitebeard, and Shiki. Okay, so we can cross off right now that Shiki does not, because Shiki said, I'll send all of you flying. That's kind of his devil fruit. Kaido? Yes. Kuma? Yes. Ivankov? Nah. Dragon? So, I don't know. Because during the events of God Valley, Dragon was 17 years old. Okay? 17. What could Dragon have been doing in the world? So maybe he might not be, what actually, but this is my headcanon, okay? For a long time, he was actually part of the Marines, and he was working under his father, Vice Admiral Garp. So maybe Dragon actually came to God Valley with Garp. And maybe Dragon finds his devil fruit on God Valley. Who knows? And Whitebeard. I don't know. So really, it's just Dragon and Whitebeard. Just Dragon and Whitebeard. But it's so crazy that all these top tier devil fruits are on this island as prizes for. When we see that celestial dragons don't eat devil fruits, makes sense. So, like gods, devils, you know what I'm saying, don't eat devil fruits. So why was the prize for the winner these devil fruits? So then let's see. And since God Valley was 38 years ago, and we see Saint Garcia 38 years ago in the storyline, and he hasn't changed a bit. Okay, it's either the immoral surgery or that devil fruit is not a devil fruit, and this man is a demon. All right. And then he says he hasn't set foot on the surface in a long time. It's been 38 years since he's been to the surface. It makes sense. I mean, he's been on the red line in Pangaea Castle for 38 fucking years. Like, when they're not going to make a decision, what do? Are they just like on standby by Emu? So, Dragon being one of my favorite characters, I kind of want to know what was going on with Dragon. The markings on the left side, or I guess, yeah, the left side of his face, our right side, because we're reading the manga, are related to his devil fruit or any, like epiphanies he's come up with. So Roger's execution, we do not see him with the markings on his face. And then 22 years ago, which was the Ohara incident, Dragon was 33. We do not see any markings on his face, okay? And then 19 years ago, Dragon would have been 36. Luffy was born. And then Great Terminal happens. We see him at Great Terminal. He does have the markings on his face. So between the years of him being 33 and 43, he got the markings on his face. Okay? And if I don't sound crazy already, I'm over here like, all right, are you fucking listening to me? All right? Because because he was 33 years old, okay? He was 33. And then he was 43, but between these 10 years, all right, or between point A and point B, he got these markings on his face. What's up with the markings? If I don't sound crazy already, guys, right? But anyway, and then we see that the Shandorians, the guys on Skypiea, they have lots of the warriors have the markings on the left side of their bodies. Dragon has the marking on the left side of his face. We get the pins and the face tattoos that they get as, the warriors of the tribe. What did Dragon find out to make him go to Skypiea? Okay. And then, so a lot of information about the world is in Skypiea. So, I made a little timeline, guys. Made a little timeline on my spare time. Just trying to figure out what was going on with the dragon, and when he could have figured out what was going on in the world, when he could have came to his own conclusion, and then also why he has the markings. You know, he's got to be a very powerful character in the story, being Luffy's father, Garp's son, the head of the Revolutionary Army, like, and then just having the people under him that have seen the things that they've seen. I mean, the God Valley incident, you know, knowing the knowledge of the Buccaneers, Kuma knowing the Nika information, all that. But there's a lot that we don't know. Obviously, there's a lot that we don't know, and it's crazy because Dragon's like right in the middle of this. Like, everything that's going on, Dragon knows about. Like, he's got to. He's talked to everyone. He knows the story from everyone. You know, like, from back in the day to now to... like, Dragon's got all the answers, and I know he does. It's just, how the hell do you fight literal fucking demons? That's probably what it is. I mean, shit. But regarding Ginny, I do not think it's Luffy's mom. No, I actually think that's Bonnie's mom. Obviously, because they both, her and Kuma both grew up in the Sorbet Kingdom. Kuma becomes the king. She kind of lived with him the whole time. You know what I'm saying? That's why Bonnie is so. That's why she eats so much, probably. And that's why she's so, like, rambunctious, because of Ginny. I honestly do think that Dragon might have gotten his fruit from God Valley. You know, where Garp might have snatched it up and then Dragon snatched it from him. You know, same thing with, like the parallel between Shanks and Luffy with Garp and Dragon. It could be, you never know. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below of just, you know, the whole God Valley incident itself. You know, what everybody's doing. You know, the powers that everybody achieves there. What was the true goal of rocks? What were the celestial dragons really trying to create there at God Valley, and why was it an incident that was wiped completely off the map? It is something that's very secretive and lucrative that, you know, nobody knows about. You know, the information got leaked through through the grapevine, and that no one was really supposed to know about. So these are very top secret things. So I mean, I guess that's why it got wiped off, because so many people knew about it at that point. You know. But yeah, let me know what you guys think, and thank you so much for watching, and look out for the next one. That's Nova out. Peace.
Zoo!